Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're on my island Barnacle and we're going to be doing a speed build, of course. And we've got a very big build for you all today actually. It's going to be quite a large build, a large area, so yeah, let's get stuck into it. I'm super excited. But actually, before we do that, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Come and join the Jellybean family. Now let's get started with today's video because it is a big one. So you've probably seen by now, because you would have seen the thumbnail, but we are actually building a motel area today. Now I was originally going to do a hotel, but I couldn't find a sign that I wanted to use, so we're going to be doing a motel instead. And with this motel, we're also going to be doing an abandoned pool, so that's so exciting. I know a few of you were like, do an abandoned pool, you must do an abandoned pool, and I'm like, okay, we're doing an abandoned swimming pool, here it is. Oh, and in case you're wondering where the rest of the buildings that I've already done on this island are, they are at the front of the island, and we're currently smack bang in the middle because I needed a big enough space to be able to just build this area and, you know, not have a limitation to how big that I can make it, so that's why I've moved to the middle of the island. Now the swimming pool is quite an easy area to build. You basically just put some tiles on the floor, make them look all cracked and broken. I've added some wheat field. We've also got the wooden field sign, which I customized to have that warning stripes on. I don't know what you'd call it. We've also got an inflatable ring in there, and we've also put a ladder that's against the wall, so it looks like that would have been the ladder you would have got in and out of the pool with. So yeah, I really like how that looks. Now the tiles that we've used around the pool for the area that's going to have like the beach chairs and stuff is made by the same creator who made the sidewalk that I've been using around the rest of my builds. And I really like it because it looked like it once used to be some lovely white or off-white type of tiles, but now the moss has taken over and all the moss and everything has grown through the tiles, and I really like how it looks, so I thought it was perfect for this build. I didn't want to use the same tiles as I've been using in the pool because I thought that might look a little bit strange and it might take away the effect of the swimming pool, so I decided not to do that and went for a different one instead, and yeah, I decided to use this one and I think it came out perfect. The motel build itself was actually kind of difficult to get the shape that I wanted. You're going to need a lot of wooden bookcases and some display stands as well, the wide display stand, and you're going to need plenty of those. And hopefully this video will make it easier to understand how to build this, because when I was building it I was so confused. I was like, what do I do? Now by the way, the codes that I'm using for the actual motel sign and the inspiration for this build were all from April_ACNH_ on Instagram. She's an amazing creator and she's made plenty of shop codes and sign codes like this, so definitely go and check out her account and her MA because they are fantastic. Speaking of codes and MAs, you'll find all the ones I'm using in today's video listed in the description down below, along with some of the creators' socials that I could find as well, so definitely go onto their socials and give them some love on their amazing designs. For this motel, I am also going to be adding an incline so that you're able to get on the second level. Now, there's not going to be too much on the second level. It's mainly just there, you know, just for the look. But, you know, we're going to be doing it. I have to do it. And now back here, as you can see, we've got that lovely flamingo sign and it says Flamingo Motel. And I'm just going to use some wide display stands here to give the effect of that this is a building and these will be rooms up here. They are definitely a lot thicker than the bookcases and you only need to use 4 of them to give that effect. So that's why I'm using those up there. But down here we have used the wooden bookshelves because we don't need those to be as thick, so I thought why not, we'll just use wooden bookshelves. And then we're just going to pop some simple panels in front to symbolize rooms and windows. Now yes, I did put a shutter on this one, and that's to symbolize that the door used to be there and now it's a shutter in the way. Maybe someone's hiding in there and camping out in there, I don't know, but that's what that one's meant to look like. I will be adding a couple more shutters to this build on probably the second level, so yeah, we'll use them again as well, but also got some more doors to add because I want it to look like it was a door, so I have to add some doors, of course. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's all good. Now we're going to be working on the connection levels, so this is just like a little area where you'll be able to walk from one side to the other. Now you're not actually going to be able to walk this, it's just meant to look like you can, because obviously I'm going to be blocking the areas off that I don't want to be walked on, basically, because that's just the best thing to do. It also helps with the illusion that this is a real motel. Now this is 4 wide, as you can see, and we're just going to cover it in this tile that we used on the swimming pool. Now I won't be doing little chipped away bits on this. I feel like I don't need to because you're not really going to see it. I doubt hardly anyone will actually walk up the incline, and you're not going to be able to walk along the whole thing anyway because I'm going to be blocking it off of items to make it more realistic. I will be using some more simple panels, and you're going to need quite a few simple panels for this build, to be honest. We'll probably do a tally at the end like I said. Now along here we're going to have 4 more wide display stands, and we're also going to have another wooden bookshelf. Now this was such a pain to place in properly. I didn't realize how annoying it would be, but it's okay. We can get there in the end with a little bit of jigging around and moving things about. I feel like every time I go to build a fake building or a faux building, I always struggle with placing stuff, and I'm like, why is there no room? I should have put that down first. And yeah, that's always what happens. Always. Now, while we're just fiddling around with this and some simple panels in a minute, I'm just going to talk about some more builds that I'm going to use on this island. I know I've discussed that I really like an abandoned restaurant or abandoned cafe. We also want to do an abandoned bar area. I've got some more houses to place, which I need to figure out what I'm going to do with those. I think I know what I'm going to do with a couple of them, so that's good. I've got some more fake buildings that I want to build. I want to do a fake little souvenir type shop down by Able Sisters. I think I might do that next. I'm not too sure though, so don't hold me to that. It might change. I was at first thinking about doing an abandoned train track type area, but I kind of don't think I'm going to have the room for that or the amount of code space. I have no more code space, I don't think. I think I maybe have 2 slots left and that's it. So if I wanted a train track, it would have to be 2 slots and no more. But I don't think I'm going to do that anyway. Now also, when I'm thinking about builds that I want to do, I always come up with other theme ideas. So that's clever. I think I'm going to get you guys to definitely choose next time because I can't decide what I'm going to do next. Now I need to start planning my next island soon because before you know it, we get halfway through an island and then it's done. And it's absolutely crazy. And I feel like I'm getting to the halfway point now. So that's crazy. I feel like we haven't even been doing it this long. Maybe a few weeks, a couple of weeks we've been doing this island. So yeah, it'd be time to start thinking of a new theme soon. And I've got a few ideas, but I think I might ask you guys to help out. But actually, do you know what? Maybe I'm not halfway through because I do plan to do the beaches on this island. I said that in my last video. And I also plan to do the villagers' interiors and exteriors of their house and my house. I plan to do that this time. I feel like when I don't do it, I really regret it because I'll go and visit an old island that I haven't done the houses for. And I'm like, oh, I really wish I did take the time to just do them. Even if it was something simple. Something easy, but it looked good and it fit in with the theme better. And I really wish I did it, so I'm going to make sure that I do it this time. I think maybe to avoid a burnout on an island, I might do the houses before I finish the actual island itself. I think that would encourage me more to do it. And the same with the beaches. I might try and do those before I actually finish the main island itself because I feel like once I finish the main island, I'm like, it's done. We're done. It's all good. We're done. And that's not the right idea to have. So I feel like I'm going to do the houses first and the beaches before I even finish the island. It seems like a good idea. It seems like the best idea. Now over here I was thinking about maybe doubling all the wide display stands up, but I don't think I'm going to end up doing that. I'm probably just going to try and block the back of it off with some trees and some other items, but we'll probably do that in a later video, or I'll just do it off camera because I don't really know what I'm going to do with it yet. I don't know if I'm going to do a third layer of building behind here. I don't know what I'm doing behind here, so yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I think the main priority is to get the most biggest builds out of the way first and then figure out everything else as I go along because that's normally how I work anyway. Sometimes I have big build ideas in my head and I'll try and do those first or plan out where I'm actually going to have those first, and then I'll do the smaller builds and fit everything else in between, and yeah, hopefully the island will flow out nicely. That's the idea anyway. Now to make this area look like it was once a used and loved resort, we are going to add some beach chairs and some poolside beds. In between those, we're going to pop a Moroccan table. We'll go back later on and put some little pieces in. I always like to do the bigger bits first and then the little bits after. I don't know why, that's just how I work. I find it easier to decorate that way. Now on the side here, I didn't want to just put fencing, so I've decided to put some bushes and we're going to put fencing in between the bushes. Now I'm going to be using the bamboo slat fence, which I've been using quite a lot on this island because I'm just obsessed with how it looks. I think it's perfect for this island. I love the color of it and I really like it in between these bushes. Now I do the same at the front, in front of the pool as well, with the bushes and the fencing, but I don't end up liking it. I think the heights are all weird and different. It's not so bad on the side like this because you can't really tell the heights, but at the front you can, and I just think it looks a little bit odd. So yeah, but you'll see that in a second when we've done placing these flowers. Now I will be going back along where the flowers are in just a bit later on, and we will be placing some weeds and some glowing moss like that just to fill in those areas so it doesn't overgrow with flowers and look a bit odd. But even though actually that probably wouldn't look so bad, maybe the overgrown flowers would actually work. Maybe we'll just let them spread. No, we're going to put glowing moss and weeds there. See what I mean though? I think the bushes and the fence just look a bit odd together, so we're going to remove those and we're going to fill it in with some fencing areas, and we're just going to take a couple of pieces away so it looks like it's actually just broken. I think that looks much better. We'll put some wheat field in there obviously, and we'll also put some other stuff just to make it look like, you know, it's been knocked over because maybe someone's pushed an item through, or it's just knocked over because it hasn't been cared for in a while, something like that. you know, just use our imagination, I guess. Now over here, I need to add some railings, and to do that, I had to do a little bit of terraforming here just so I could get up on here to place the railings where I wanted them. I wanted them round a certain way, otherwise, yes, I could have just placed them from up the top, but it was so much easier just to do it this way. Like I said to you, I don't plan the builds properly sometimes, and sometimes we're like, oh, gotta do a little bit extra terraforming just so I can get on top, so that's what we had to do. Now over here, we're just using some of the fencing item, and I love this item. I think it's perfect for this island. One day, I'll do an island where I use the other colour variations of it and not this rusted looking one. Even though there's nothing wrong with this one, it goes perfectly well with my theme, but I'd love to use like the pink colour or one of the other brighter colours. I think there's an orange. I think I've used that actually. I might have used the orange one before, but can't remember. Maybe one day I might consider doing a colourful city core island. I don't know. I feel like it's quite a commitment to do that, and it's quite difficult. So anyone who manages to do a full-blown city island, props to you. I take off my hat. You do amazing, like, because I would struggle. Ooh, so quickly, while we're up here and I'm looking at the Flamingo Motel sign, that sign and the worn out wall actually look like they go quite well together, I think. I think they're quite similar. From a distance, they look okay. I mean, maybe not right up close. They look like different color whites, obviously, because one is a bit more worn out and abandoned looking, whereas the other one is a bit more fresh looking, you know, freshly painted. But I think they look okay together. They don't look bad. Also, we will be covering the front of this area up so it doesn't look so bright and vibrant with the white wide display units. I feel like we need to put something there. We're going to pop some signage and some scaffolding and just cover it up so it looks a bit more battered and abandoned. I think that's definitely a better thing to do. So I did actually run out of wide display stands here, but that's okay. I'll just order some more and I'll put those in when we finish the video, because I'm not going to be doing the tour behind this building anyway, so you're not going to see it. But when you do a tour of my dream address, when you see my finished island, they will be there. They will be in place, unless I don't do it, which could happen if I end up putting something else there. Now in front of this building, we decided to put the We're Open sign. Now I really wish I had this customized in the pink and purple coloration. Might have to go to Reese and Cyrus and change this one over, because I feel like that will look so much better. It would definitely go with the sign better, but we've obviously turned it off, so it looks like the electric is gone in this area, and it's gone out. It's not working anymore. I've also popped down some scaffolding in front here to get rid of the brightness of the white display stand. I feel like it definitely does that. I feel like it helps with the illusion, I guess. And then either side of this area, we've popped down 2 coconut trees, and then in between we've popped some bushes. I definitely like it. I think it looks quite nice. Now we need to put some more abandoned type items around, I guess. So we're going to pop down some wheat field. Obviously, I love my wheat field. It definitely makes the area feel so much more overgrown and underkept. We've got a rattan chair there. I feel like you have to have rattan furniture on a tropical island. I feel like it's a must. Also, on an abandoned island, you can't go wrong with some cardboard boxes and also some trash bags, which of course we're using a plenty of those. Also, we got some scattered papers because, you know, they had to come in somewhere. I'm literally chucking my last bits of wheat field everywhere on this build. I'm gonna need to get some more because I've run out. I don't even know how much wheat field I've already used and leaf piles. Like, can you imagine counting it all? I'm pretty sure it's quite a lot, and I think it's going to make my island lag. So I think we're 100% guaranteed that this island will probably lag. Now down there, I did pop some vending machines, and we also popped down a lifeguard chair, because it would be a lifeguard chair by the pool, right? Of course there would. On the upper level of the motel, I did place an iron frame, so you now can't walk to the end there, so you won't be able to go to the end and see what's going on there. We also popped a construction sign, so it looks like they were going to do some construction up there, and now they're not. So yeah, I thought that was quite a nice touch. Down below, we put some more boxes. We're popping down some plants, you know, to make it look a bit more tropical, I guess. And we're also going to go around and add some more bits. Now, I wanted to go back up here, so we removed that wide display stand because I wanted to pop a sofa up here. I felt like, you know, I needed to make it look like there might have been some rooms up here at some point, and there's still rooms there, but obviously you can't go in them and you can't see the doors, and I thought it would just be a nice little touch, you know, so it doesn't just look like a random balcony or a random bit of building. So yeah, that's why I did that. Now down here we've added some oil barrels because I had to use oil barrels somewhere, and I really love how the vine chairs look. I feel like they look like the vines are coming out and growing from the ground, so they're definitely perfect for me to use on this island, and I've already used them a few times, I believe. Now for some finishing touches, we're just going to go around and pop down some glowing moss and some weeds in the little gaps we have in the flooring. And I was thinking about maybe kicking away some of the tiles that are actually in the resort area and putting some weeds in there, but I think it might look a bit too much, so maybe I won't do that. If I decide I want to go back later on and do it, then awesome, but for now I think it looks okay. So we're getting closer to finishing this build, and I want to add some more little pieces around. I think one of the underrated items in this game is definitely the recycled paper bundle. I am obsessed with that item. I feel like I use it on every single theme. It definitely is underrated, don't you think? I mean, if you think so as well, let me know in the comments down below, and if not, let me know what's your favorite underrated item in this game. What do you use all the time on any island theme, no matter what, that you love, that you feel like people don't love enough? And on that note, we finished the build, so let's have a look around. And there we have it, we finished today's build, and this was quite a big build like I said, but I had so much fun doing it. I'm still thinking about maybe going around and kicking away some of the custom code to add some weeds in, or put some more leaf piles everywhere to make it look a bit more less plain on the floor, because I feel like it's a bit empty in the space onto the left side, but I'll go back and do that later on. Now, if you enjoyed today's build, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Come and join the Jellybean family, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye!